Yo, and it's your boy Ash, and we're back for an episode of 3 of the RTG. That's right, we're back, and I'm so ready to go, guys. Why? As you can tell, your boy's finally got himself a camera. That's right, I put my hand in the pocket, I splashed the cash, and we got one. So today's, what we're going to be doing is talking about quick tips, quick fire guides on how to make some money. Now, the way I'm coming from this is the angle is I'm going to show you in a bit of what I've spent into the game so far. Anyone's been watching the last couple of episodes will already know we started with a small amount, we put a little bit more money in, but we've actually now made a healthy amount of profit. And that's only within a week or two, guys. So I'm going to show you how I've done it, and I'm also going to show you what I'm going to be doing moving forwards. So this may work for me, and I hope it works for you. So we're going to delve straight in. Just before we do that, though, I've just remembered I do want to mention two things. Firstly, disclaimer, anything I say today, guys, is just, it's not financial advice, as everybody else is saying. It's just down to what's working for me so far and my own research. So when you do spend your money, guys, obviously do your own research and don't just listen to me and other people, because we're not experts. At the end of the day, we're just trying and experimenting, and as I say, some things pay off and some things don't, so just bear that in mind. Secondly, as you can see the screen on here, we've got this here. If you want to invite anybody to join, or you're thinking about joining, click this link if you want. Start your own account. Once you buy 5 cards off the open market, which if you just go here, open market, click on your cards, it will bring you to a section and you can buy 5 cards. They're going as minimum 50 pence upwards. If you buy 5 cards, at the end you will get a card, I will get a free one as well. If we do this 30 times, as we said in the last episode, we've got now, we got 9 people who've invited, who have done the link. 1 person has actually gone out and bought the cards, and hopefully some of these guys will start as well. So we've got a long way to go, but with your help we might get there. If we get this big one unique card, it's worth a bit of money, we're going to reinvest that straight into the game and then potentially start the higher leagues from limited maybe into rare as well. Okay, so let's start. What we're going to talk about first is I'm going to literally tell you what I'm making. Now you can't see because the camera's here in the top right, and I'll be honest with you, I've not figured a way on how to move it and to put it back, so I'm just going to tell you I've got around £60, £62 give or take, just sitting in the top right hand corner here, so bear that in mind. That's £60 there. If I go into my club itself and we have a look at my roster price, is currently at £650. That's right, I've just literally refreshed this before making the video. That's £650 plus the £60 I've already got as liquid money. That means it brings me to £710. We started this RTG with £200. We put £300 in the second episode, so that was £500, which means I've made £210 profit. Now you might be thinking, and I get why you're thinking it, is Sorare data 100% reliable and does it give accurate prices? I've already, before I've done this video, I'm not going to go through every single player, but what I did was I clicked on each player that I had, going from Yannick Van Os, Paul Nardi, and so on and so forwards, if we actually go into roster prices, and I went through my entire list. I saw what they were going for. Hypothetically, I'm going to show you an example. If we just click on, let's just click on Yannick Van Os now, and we click on him, you're going to see what I mean when I say this. When it decides to load up, it did just say it was down a second ago for maintenance, the site, so they must be doing something. Now, if we have a look here, when I bought him, he was sitting around that £47.84. I took a punt on him because at that point, I'd seen where his price was, £100 plus pounds, £60. When I got it down to here, 47, I thought, for a goalkeeper, £47 is surely going to go up. All beyond, what's happened? He's gone up to basically just shy of £90, which means if I sell him now, I'm going to make profit. And I've done this with every single one. So if we click on another one, just for an example, it doesn't really matter who it is, but let's just click on Max Cruz because it's the first one there. So we'll click on Max Cruz just for another example. When I bought him, let's look at his price in the last year, and when I bought him, I'll do the filter. When I bought him, if you look at his price, he has gone up to from 109. He did stabilise around that 40, go up to £68. I bought him at 62. The reason why I bought him there is because at that point, before he did his transfer, he was actually playing for Union Berlin, so I think he was in the top 4, top 5, and I thought a striker who was in the top 4, top 5 of the league surely can only go up. What's happened? He's gone up to £109. Granted, he's just dropped off to £91, but even so, when you're paying, you know, £60, £65 and you can sell him for £90, there's an extra 20, 25, maybe £30 profit. Now, you know where I'm going with this. If I do this with every single player that goes, especially this full first line here, and basically half of this second line, all these players, there or thereabouts, have all gone up for me. And some of them have gone up by £5, £10, some of them have gone up by £30, £40, and collectively, when I take all that into account, it's actually £210. So I've actually made some really, really nice money. And what I did, guys, just to kind of give you an example, is I was going for players last week that, because of the African Cup of Nations, because of that, they wasn't playing. So the market value just automatically dips. I've noticed a trend here. It's not sometimes if they're just out of form or they're injured. It's if they're just literally not playing that weekend. Hypothetically, if a Premier League player, let's just say in a scenario, wasn't playing this weekend, which they're not, you would normally find that they just go down in price. Next weekend, because they're about to play, they just go up in price. That's just how the market, for some reason, just shifts. So if you want to target specific players, and maybe their team's not playing for a week or two, or maybe it's an international break, or whatever it may be, as I said, African Cup of Nations was what I worked with last week. For that specific week, I just went and targeted goalkeepers, strikers, defenders, people that were maybe in the bottom 4, teams that were in the bottom 4, maybe teams that have had maybe 3 or 4 games back to back where they've been losing. And I thought, well, just take a gamble on one of their strikers or something that's maybe cutting price. And that's all I was doing, was just literally doing my own research, finding out the players that I should be going for. It has paid off because I had £210. Obviously, I'm not silly when it comes to money. I see there's £210 profit just sitting in this club now. I can do 2 things: either just reinvest that money, or I could say right now, I'll take my £500 out that I put in with, you know, within them first 2 episodes, take my £500 out, leave myself my £200 in the game, and then just use that. Now I've already made my money back, and I'm just using £200 profit. So I can do what I want here. I am going to capitalise on a couple of players. I'm not going to lie to you. The ones that have gone up by literally double their amount, I'm just going to capitalise on them because they could drop. The ones that have gone up by £5, £10, I'm probably just going to keep in, because if they drop again, it's no big deal. If they go up by another £10, £15, £20, obviously then I've done the best thing. So I'm just going to play it, and again, I might do that. You might just say, now, actually what you should be doing is just getting rid of all them players now, make you £200 profit, and then reinvest again. And to be fair, I may do that. I'm not too sure, but that's something that we both can sort of work out together. Next thing you're going to be looking at, that was just what worked for me to do with the African Cup of Nations and how I played it and how I worked with it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about injured players. Now, I've already done this. I did it the other day. I think I did it yesterday and the day before that. You can see Bundesliga, the La Liga, the Serie A, and then we've got Liga, which you can't see because of the camera. We're going to just take Bundesliga and La Liga, for example. So if I go to the Bundesliga one here, and I go down to the transfer mark, so I've just put in Bundesliga, I think I just put Bundesliga injuries, and it automatically brings up a transfer market, and I did that for each specific league. So this will work for the Champion Europe, because these are Champion Europe ones, but you could do that for the K-League or you know, whatever, if they've got the site there. So I can go down, forget all these ones that say unknown, because if you want to do your own mad research on each one of these, feel free. But for me, I've got, again, this is a working man's road to glory. Working men don't have time, family men don't have time to be sitting and going through every single player. So what we do is we just skip all this, and we make it nice and easy for ourselves, and we just go to these ones. You can see here, you've got a torn muscle fibre for Kamada. He's not predicted to come back until February the 8th. It is February the 6th right now. So, I mean, he could be coming back now. He may not be back. We don't know. So that's something we can look at. But I'm going to just take these ones because it's late February going into the March. So let's say we go for Andre Lunev. And I go into Andre Lunev now. I'm going to end up picking one, aren't I, that actually doesn't work for us. Andre Lunev, there we go. So you can see this goalkeeper here is saying £15. Now again, I'm just clicking on here and I'm just going to have a look. This is what I do for all of them. I click on the player, I go to limited, 1 year, and the first thing I do is I go down. You can see here, he normally stabilises around that £15 to £20 mark. He did have a good run, which brought him right up, but realistically, you're looking at £15 to £20. Now, if I bought him here, which without doing my research, if I did my research on this player, I bet my bottom dollar that he actually did his injury probably around this time, because look, that's where he's dropped off. If I'd bought him then and actually been looking at players, like on a daily or every couple of days, I probably would have found I could have got him for £9 or £10. I then could hold on to him. When he comes back from injury, naturally, he's going to go up. That's just a fact. He ain't going to just keep plummeting down unless he sucks. He's going to go up in price. And once he does, it might only go up to £20. He may go up to that £30 threshold. He may go up to that £40. Who knows what he's going to go up to? But the fact is, if you bought him here at £9 or £10 and sold him for just £20, that's a £10 saving. But that's not thinking, oh, well, I mean, again, guys, nothing's guaranteed. But the reality is, you've got to look by, that's why I do it over a year. Because if this guy was dropping down here all the time, it's not a safe bet. But for him, he might make you 10 quid, yeah? So, I mean, that's just giving you an example. What you could also do is maybe go with somebody else. Let's go with somebody, so let's go with Tobias Strobel. So let's go with this. Let's just quickly check him out. Tobias Strobel. And let's see if he comes up. Here we go, Augsburg, yeah? So we're going to click on him, and I'm giving you just another example. Again, when was he meant to be out for? It says here, he's going to be gone until June the 30th. So this guy's out for the season, basically, yeah? So we click on him. What's it say? He expected. There you go. So that sort of marries up with what we've just seen with the transfer part. So you can tell here he's been injured for over 5 games now. So we can go on to 1 year, filter again. It's already on limit because I've set it to limited and pound all the time now. Now him, for example, is he worth it? He's dropped down now to only, well, yeah. He's dropped down to £1.55 just now. That's a sixth. But look at this. Even when he was playing, let's just say, I mean, he started at £20, but in reality, this guy just literally stays at this price. So again, is he worth putting a punt on? For me, no. I mean, if you have a budget of like £10 in this game, that's all you've got, and you want to put a pound because you might make £2 on the guy when he's fully fit, it's still 100%. It's 100% of a pound, but it's 100% profit. If that's your budget, cracking. If you've got a budget of £100 and you see a player that's dropped down to £20, just doing what we're doing now, but really normally, he's in around that £30, £40, maybe £50, and you want to spend £20 on him, go ahead and do that. Wait until it says he comes back in March or April, May, June, whenever it may be, and then go ahead and then make yourself some extra money. So some of these are short term. If you look at the, let's just go for La Liga, hypothetically, and we work down, skip all these. Some of these, February the 11th, February the 14th. So if you want quick returns, and you've done your research on them, I mean, let's go again for a Ferland-Mendy. I mean, this one's going to be pretty expensive, but let's just go for Ferland-Mendy right now. I'm trying to find you one, guys. Mendy. I'm trying to find you somebody, as I say, you've got to keep doing this, but I'm trying to find you somebody that really drops massively. I mean, actually, this guy is the guy, all right? So this is what I'm talking about. He normally comes in around that £120 if you just do like an average, maybe 120, 130 in that region. He was, and again, without doing the research, I might be wrong, but without doing the research, this is where he could have had his injury when he dropped down to 88, maybe he dropped down to £92, who knows. His market value at this point is £130. This is Ferland-Mendy, for example. So we're taking a Real Madrid superstar in the making, already is a superstar essentially. If you look, last 15 matches, 100% played, last 5 matches, 100% played. This guy's only going to get better and better. So if you have a budget, and you're willing to pay £130 on him now, maybe you might snipe him a little bit cheaper, £120 or something. It's not going to be too long until you hit £180, £200, maybe 3 months, 6 months, it could be next season. My honest opinion on this guy is that I think he'll be one of the best footballers for his position in the near future. And arguably, you'd probably say like this card is probably going to go on in the next 6 to 12 months. And this price is going to be a £130. You might be looking at £400, £500, £600 even more. That's what I genuinely believe. There's going to be certain players that you think are going to be long-term investments. If you want to make £30 on him, £50, maybe sell them in the next month or two. If you really want to make £100, £200, £300 or more, you want to be thinking 6 months, 9 months, a year down the line. How long am I willing to wait to get my investment not only back, but how much investment do I want? You know, how much profit? So I think these are the sort of questions that you need to weigh out, you personally, your financial situation, and what you're willing to do. For me, I don't want to wait a year for somebody. Maybe I might catch a play and I think, well, actually, this guy, I might do it, I'm willing. But at £120 away, he is now £130. I'm not willing to put that into the game just to maybe wait in a year's time and I might get 5 times that amount. I don't have the money to do that. However, I might do that on a player that's £20 or £30. I might be willing to wait. So you have to just think about your own budget. So what we've done is cover 2 things. I told you about already at the start of the video, which was to do with the African Cup of Nations, and because the players wasn't playing, and that could be for Champions League, Europa Leagues, or any Euro Cup, it could be anything. You try and get them when they're not playing matches, and then sell them when they are playing matches, maybe a week or 2 later. So that's one thing you can look at. Second thing we can look at, as I said, is just go into literally the Bundesliga, injured players, La Liga, Serie A. You could do this for any of the other nations or leagues that you want to do. Just find out, skip all this, go to the bottom, maybe 4 or 5, pick from each one. It only takes you a couple of minutes per person. Quickly find out the history of the year. Are they going to be worth anything? And then buy them if you've got the money to do that. And the third and final thing you can do, guys, is if you don't have time to do all this and you just want to basically find somebody straight away, you could go to the market this second, go to either one, it really makes no difference. We'll go to cards right now and go to limited, and literally this is one way you could do it. Go down to ending soon, just scroll down, pick somebody that's maybe, I don't know, just try and think of anybody. It doesn't really matter who you really pick. Let's just pick somebody that's not, you know, completely out of someone's budget. £19, and where was he a second ago? The guy is just gone, disappeared. £19.37. So Kamal Miller, only 23, defender. I haven't checked what league or anything he's from. I've just gone Kamal Miller, 23, defender. He's around £20. So what I'll do is quickly go on to him. Kamal, my bad. 1 second, it was Kamal. This, I should probably have edit that. Miller, wasn't it? Sorry, yeah. Kamal Miller. Go to Kamal Miller, press enter. As we'll see now, he goes for £19. Again, I just go 1 year, limited, filter, and straight away we can see here, if you're buying him now at only £18, £19, you're probably overpaying because of he's normally coming in at around £7 or £10. However, you might just have found this guy could have been the opposite way around. It could have been £9 or £10 now, but he normally is higher. If that was the case, you could think, well, then I'm just going to pay the £9 or £10. I mean, this guy, for example, it might be higher now, but if you're willing to put in a bit of investment, you could think, well, he plays for the MLS. He's only 24 years old. He's a starter. 75% of his games, 87% of his games, 80%. So he's normally playing 7 or 8 out of 10 matches he normally plays. So I mean, he might be somebody you might think, well, actually, I'll buy him. Just put him to a side for 3 months, 6 months. You know, just keep checking on him once in a while, and then just see whether or not his price goes up. So that's something you could do. So you don't always have to do massive amounts of research. You could just take. I personally don't recommend this way because I've done it only twice, and the 2 players I did it for, granted it's only been a week or so I've done it, but the more or less, I think one's gone down by £1 or 2 and one's kept the same price. But this could work. It just may take a little bit more, and you're probably got to have more patience and probably more of a gambling man to do it this way. For me, I think the safer bet is just know your football, do your research on leagues, when they're playing, when they're not playing, on season, off season, and try and capitalise on that. And also, as I say, go for players specifically that are injured, going to be out for 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months. Maybe they've had a really bad injury and they're going to be out for 6 months, a complete, season ending. Well, if he was going for mad price next season, no doubt, if he gets his, out of his injury and he goes back into form, he's going to be back at that price again. So again, I know I'm kind of repeating it, but there's no real science to this, guys. What works and what doesn't work. It's a case of trial and error. You may find a certain pattern and just go, well, I could try other things, but this is working for me. I'm just going to do this and only this and just work with that. If it does, you know, amazing, share it with me, share it with the rest of the community. This is just what works for me personally. So yeah, I'm wrapping up, guys, anyway. So I will tell you about how the RTG series is going in the next couple of days when we do our upload, just to let you know where I finished. It is looking good at this point. Touch wood, it may not. We'll see when the results come in. But as I say, I've made just over £210 worth of profit doing this method or these methods, and they have worked for me. So moving forwards, guys, if you want to sign up or anything, just going back to what we originally started with, follow this link, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and celebrate. Your boy got his camera. So guys, I hope this video has been informative. I hope it helps you. Hope you make tons of money. And all I can say is thanks for your support. The first couple of videos has been amazing. This is coming from your boy, Ash. From me to you. Peace out.